What's going on, everybody? John Eric Paula here to look at the Women's Canadian Open. This video is going to focus on the entry list for this year's event. And guys, hard to believe we're already talking about the hardcourt season. Wimbledon literally just wrapped up. I'm here thinking, yeah, have a little bit of a dip in the action, a little bit of a breather. No, we are right into the hardcourt season. That US Open going to be here before you know it. Now, guys, one quick note. This year's Women's Canadian Open going to be in Montreal, the men Toronto. They obviously crisscross and flop every single year. So women going to be in Montreal. All right, with that being said, let's get into the entry list. Guys, your world number one, Aryna Sabalenka, out. Will not be playing in this year's Canadian Open. But don't worry, it's nothing serious. She's played a lot of tennis this year, just taking a little bit of a breather there. A much-deserved breather, too, for Sabalenka. So obviously, Cincinnati's going to be a big tournament for. But guys, Sabalenka, no big injury concerns, nothing long-term. Sabalenka, just taking a breather. She'll be back before you know it. So now, with that being said, let's look at some of the bigger names entered into this year's tournament. We have the top seed in Coco Gauff. Yes, with Sabalenka out, Gauff going to be the top seed. Gauff, of course, won a U.S. Open a few years ago, but Gauff in at the top spot. Iga Swiatek is entered, guys. Remember, guys, Iga Swiatek winning your Wimbledon championship. Very aggressive style from Swiatek in that tournament. Let's see what he does out here on the hard courts. Interesting to see Iga's approach here at the Canadian Open, at Cincinnati, at the U.S. Open. Iga Swiatek rolling at the right time. Jessica Pegula, the back-to-back champ, also entered into this event looking for a three-peat in Canada. All I'm going to say, guys, if she does do it, we know here in the United States we have a controversial figure in the White House. Don't be surprised if the president makes a little dig at Canada if the American gets the job done. Jasmine Paolini, disappointing showing at Wimbledon after a good clay season. She'll probably be looking for redemption here on the hard courts. Paolini entered into the Canadian Open. Mirra Andreeva, guys, very excited to see Andreeva here on the hard courts once again. 2 WTA 1000 events on the hard courts so far this year, including that big one at Indian Wells where she beat Sabalenka. Madison Keys, great hardcourt player, winner of this year's Australian Open, entered into the Canadian Open, looking to see if Keys has a little bit of redemption too. I thought she would have had a better Wimbledon showing than what she had. Keys, though, I expect her to be right in play here for all these tournaments. Keys entered into Canada. Amanda Anisimova, the American Wimbledon runner-up, big show and getting that huge win over Sabalenka in the semis. Great year here in 2025. Sure to keep momentum going. Hopefully she doesn't have a hangover from that Wimbledon final either, guys. I'm really big on Anisimova and her game. Emma Navarro, another American, of course, entered into the Canadian Open. Navarro finally started to play better at Wimbledon. Let's see if she can carry any of that over here now to the Canadian Open and this hardcourt season. Qinwen Zheng, we've seen her have success on the hard courts in the past. She's entered here into Montreal. Let's see if Zheng could do anything and kind of create some sort of spark there. Zheng, guys, she kind of needs a big moment here somewhere here in 2025. And, of course, rounding out the top 10, Elena Rybakina, guys. Rybakina was starting to play her best tennis at the right time, and I thought fluttered out of Wimbledon just a tidbit earlier than what she should have. But, guys, Rybakina, things are starting to click a little bit. We'll see if she can make a run here at the Canadian Open. Now, guys, few other big names in play, and I get the women's tour is just so big, so I'm going to really quickly just list off some of those players here before I wrap things up. We have players like Elena, Svitolina. Svitolina, guys, obviously well-rounded, good on any surface. Ekaterina, Alexandrova, guys, she's a very good hardcourt player. Kind of a little bit better on those indoor surfaces, but guys, she's definitely somebody who can make some noise. Just had a pretty decent grass court showing as well. Liudmila Samsonova, guys, just had a very good showing at Wimbledon where she lost to Iga Swiatek pretty deep into that tournament. Let's see if she could do anything here on the hard courts. Clara Tauson, guys, the big server. Again, nice showing at Wimbledon. Big win over Elena Rybakina there. We'll see what she has in store. And, of course, Leylah Fernandez, the home country, going to be behind her there. Let's see if she can do anything on her home soil at Canada. Now, guys, a lot of other big names in play. Daniel Collins, Sofia Kenin, Yelena Ostapenko. We go on and on. The women's tournament's very deep. A lot of big players entered into this year's tournament. Here's what I'm going to do. Go to the description of this video. There's a link there. Any player that's entered into this year's tournament, you'll get the full list of where they're seated, where they're ranked. The whole entire list will be there. So go to that link. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do me a favor. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel. I'll continue coverage of the Canadian Open, Cincinnati, the US Open, the whole rest of this tennis season. Guys, hardcourt season getting started with this Canadian Open. Can't wait to see how it all plays itself out.